Last year I tested out my first MOVA product and I was very impressed by what I saw. But this year they've invited me to their booth here at CES to show off all the new products they have available. Huge thank you to MOVA for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and check out a booth tour. They have vacuums and mops, they have lawnmowers, as well as pool cleaners and much more. Now starting in the robot vacuum and mop area, first let's talk about some concepts. So here they have the Pilot 70. This is a drone that has the robot vacuum and mop attached to the bottom that can take it from one level to the next. So this could go up to 5 different stories in your home, taking that robot to the next level, which is really cool. Now another big problem is getting the robot to go upstairs. Well, this is the Zeus 60. It will be able to climb stairs and go to the next level as well, so that you don't need multiple robots throughout your home. So those are really cool. Hopefully we'll see those eventually, but let's talk about what is available now. So here we have the Z60 Ultra Roller Complete. That's what I tested out last year. Really impressed by that product. Here we have the P70 Pro Ultra, the V70 Ultra Complete, just a ton of options. And here we have a new one called MOVA 60. This is going to change out the mop pads based on the floor you have. So in maybe your bathroom, it's going to be using a certain mop pad, where in the main laminate floor you have in your home, it will use a different pad. So it can automatically switch between those so that it's using the right pad on the right floor. And then here we have some of the newest ones. The Z70 Ultra Roller Complete is looking pretty impressive, and these are going to do a great job in keeping your home clean. Now, other than the robots, our favorite way to keep the floor clean in the kitchen is a wet and dry vacuum, and they have a bunch of options now available. These are going to be so handy to quickly get those spills cleaned up and have a nice looking floor. Now over here, we have the window cleaning robot. So you can attach this right to your window, and then it can go through and keep it clean really nice, that you don't have to get all the way up there into the corners. It is able to do that. You just need to be able to place that right on the window, and here it attaches to the base to be able to keep the water going to the robot to clean. Now next we have a few different pool cleaning robots. So here this is going to be able to pick up debris that is on top, and then down here it's scrubbing and cleaning the pool. And then it has this really cool docking system where it can take the robot and then pull it up out of the water and dock it and recharge it. So nice that it has that in there. You can even see it has a sensor to be able to see in the water and go where it needs to. And then they've introduced a bunch of robot lawnmowers called Lidax. They are LiDAR based. They don't use an RTK at all. So there's a bunch of them over here. But just taking a look at this booth, you can see how many robots and different things they have now available, where I just thought they were one robot vacuum mop. They have a ton of products. So these will be available coming throughout the year. But for the rest of this video, let's focus more on the robot lawnmower and seeing how this is going to change how robot lawn mowing is done in your home and make them more efficient. Now let's take an in-depth look at the new robot lawnmower. So these are called the Lidax robots. Now they have a few different models here, and they have some that aren't using LiDAR as well. So Lidax is the LiDAR based one. So right here on the top you have the Ultra View LiDAR. So this is going to be a 360-degree LiDAR that can see all the way around it, and it works in combination with the camera up here at the front. So they call that the Ultra View 2.0. Now the cool thing about this is there are no RTK antennas for this. So there's 2 ways you can get this set up. You simply put it on your lawn, you hit auto mow, and it begins to figure out where your lawn is and mow that area. The other option is you can go in the phone app, just like I've shown many times, and you can drive around your yard and map it out. So pretty cool that you have both those options. Now, one unique thing that these do that I haven't seen anyone else do is the Ultra Trim 1.0. So this is flawless edge mastery. Let's take a look at the bottom of the robot. So here on the bottom on this model, it just has the one disc here, but those 3 blades can cut 20 centimeters wide. But one of the cool things is the Ultra Trim function is this can actually slide over. So when it's doing the boundary or cutting the edge, it can slide this all the way over to get really close to the edge within about 5 centimeters at the very edge, which is really cool. Now talking about this, it also has floating cutting. So as it's going over your lawn, it can make so it's even all the way across. I call it kind of like a carpet finish, keeping it the same. And then you also have the option to adjust the height from 1.2 inches all the way to 3.9 inches. So it's really cool that all that mechanism has all of those different features built in. Now moving back to the camera on the front, this is able to detect 300 different objects with its AI-powered obstacle avoidance system, so it can know different things that are on your lawn and move around them. And then when it's mowing, it has a U-shaped efficiency. So essentially, it just has a path where it's going back and forth, being able to cut very efficiently. And then one thing I think is really cool is this TrueGuard live video and patrol for garden security. So while it's sitting there, it can have the camera be on and give you human detection alerts. So if it detects somebody, you'll be notified. And then it can even just patrol around your yard, so you can have it set where it's then driving around, not mowing, but checking on how things are going out there. So I think that's such a unique feature and very cool. So this will come in a 1000 and a 2000 model. So that's square meters, depending on the size of yard. Really awesome. Next, we have the Lidax Ultra all-wheel drive Flex series. So this is going to be coming out later this year. Takes everything we've talked about and added all-wheel drive and a few other differences. And then they also have the Navax all-wheel drive series, which this one does not use LiDAR. It's using the Ultra Nav, which is on the Net RTK system. So you don't need the RTK as well on this, but if it gets too far away from its AI vision to know where it is, it can connect directly to the network RTK system that's available to then help it navigate where it is. But the main one I want to talk about is the Lidax Ultra all-wheel drive, which is this one that is driving around right here. All right, so here we have the Lidax Ultra all-wheel drive, and the cool thing about this is the Ultra View 3.0. So instead of the one camera at the front, it has two cameras where it's able to see more and be able to have the full 360-degree 3D LiDAR, as well as the AI dual vision. So that's going to be able to detect different objects and be able to learn and know more all about your yard. Now, taking a look underneath, we have the dual discs. Now in here, we have the ultra trim option as well, where it can get right up next to the edge. So that's 1.2 inches or within 3 centimeters, which is a very close cut to the edge. And then this also has floating cutting where it's able to go up and down to have a nice smooth finish on your lawn. Now this comes in a 3,000 square meter model, so it can do a bigger area. It has 40 centimeter cutting deck. And then here we have the ability to go up a 80% slope or a 38 degrees, which is great to be able to easily get up that. Now this is built on a 36-volt platform, so it's able to really power through getting up those hills, powering up the spinning disc as well to have a nice clean cut on your lawn, and it's gonna be able to get it done in no time. Now let's check out the Ultra Drive on this. It's able to go up 80% slope or a 38 degree, and there you can see it handled it with no problem. Now the Lidax all-wheel drive does of course have all-wheel drive, so it's going to be able to handle tough terrain. And then here these wheels can spin in this side, so it's able to rotate even though the wheels don't actually turn. So that's how it's going to be able to navigate easily around your yard. Now it's great to see MOVA is going into the robot lawnmower business. Really excited to test this out. We're going to be having this model later this year, so make sure you subscribe down below to see more, and make sure you check out more of MOVA's products down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.